Hello guys, welcome to Tom, and for today's episode we'll be talking about plants that I regret buying. But before anything else, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Now the first plant that I regret buying is this Gigas. As you could see here, it is not doing very well. When I bought this, it was okay. It was giving some leaves, but when I transferred it to a different location and when the summer started, this plant started to decline. And one thing I noticed that plants with velvety leaves are quite difficult to manage. The leaves tends to get discoloration and a lot of issues that I couldn't figure out. The next plant that I regret buying is this Verrucosum. Actually, this Verrucosum is the second time that I bought it. The first one died and this was the second one. I was thinking that for the second time I might be able to grow it well and probably not water it as much, but still the same, it is still not doing very well. I could see a sprout here, but I'm not too sure if it will grow. All the leaves has died and I really don't know how to take care of this plant. As I've said, this is one of the most difficult philodendrons to now grow. This next plant is actually a Brandytianum. When I first got this, when it was delivered to me, this plant was uprooted from its pot and it got squished during the transit, and it looked like a bookmark when I got it. So I thought it might not survive because it got so flat and it lost some leaves. But for some reason it survived for a couple of weeks. It was okay. It did manage to produce some small leaves, but right now it is not doing okay because all of its leaves are gone now, and I'm hoping that this plant is still alive and it might produce some sprout. I don't know if I could make this work because it looks so sad because it is so thin. So this is one plant that I do regret buying. I don't know if Brandytianum is an easy plant to grow, but I really regret buying this plant. The next plant that I regret buying is this Melanocrysome. When I got this, some of its leaves were not looking okay, and I noticed that this plant is a very slow grower and it's not giving me enough leaves. I have had this plant for a couple of months now and the leaves are all gone now, and I don't know if this plant will still survive. And it's quite sad because most of these plants are very pricey. So this one and this one are from the same seller. So now the next plant that I regret buying, I don't know if this plant will still survive, is this Mamey. If this plant die, then 100% I will regret it, but if it grows, then it's fine. But I noticed that this plant attracts a lot of spider mites. I think it's spider mites. I placed it on a sphagnum moss hoping that it would grow better, and I spray some pesticide on it. So I'm really crossing my finger. The next plant that I regret buying is this Mirabellis, because when I got this, it was pretty small and it was fine for a few weeks. But this plant is such a slow grower, and once it started to grow, I was hoping that it would continue, but the leaves are not doing very well. I don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe it's overwatering. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. It is one of the most beautiful philodendrons actually, but I've heard that this plant is a slow grower and it's easy to die, so I'm really crossing my fingers that this plant will survive. The next plant that I regret buying is this SpPeru. It was sold to me as SP Colombia because I didn't know what SP Colombia looked like, and I bought it because thinking that SP Colombia is a very rare plant, but it turns out to be SpPeru, and this plant is quite pricey. And one thing that I don't like about this plant is that it is very small. Most of the SpPeru that I see online being sold are small also, and this plant is very hard to grow, and the leaves are always dying before they reach maturity. They die already. So this is one plant that I do regret because one, it is expensive, two, it is very hard to grow. So I really don't know how to take care of this plant. That I kind of regret buying is this Plomani eye. At first it was doing okay, but as time went by, this plant is starting to decline. The leaves were dying, and I just removed them and just placed them on a incubator or aquarium, should I say, and I'm hoping that the humidity will help this plant grow a lot better. I am hoping that this sprout that you see here would grow some leaves, and probably if this plant grow better, then I would not regret it as much. The next plant that I regret buying are these Skeletoias. I bought many of them because they were cheap, so the regret is not that big, but they're taking a lot of space, and I find it very difficult to make them beautiful because they keep on giving these brown leaves and they're not producing so much leaves. I mean, like this one I think this is dead already. I don't know if it has a bulb, then it will still grow some leaf, but this one also very few leaf there, a lot of browning as you could see. Some are okay when I transferred them to this shady location, but still some of them are not good. They look sad. Look at these leaves. I don't know why. The soil is moist, and I don't know why the leaves are still curling like this. So that's it, guys. Those were the plants that I regret buying, and I hope you could learn something from it so you would not buy the same plants or made the same mistakes that I did. And just to give you a warning that not all plants are easy to take care of, and you might end up wasting your money. So try to do your research first before purchasing any plants. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my videos, and thank you for watching, and see you on the next episode. Goodbye and take care.